Hey, what's going on? Who That Nation is yours truly, TJ Jones, the host of the State of the Saints podcast. Thank you all for checking out the State of the Saints podcast Wildcard post game show. The final, the New Orleans Saints knock off the Chicago Bears by a score of 21-9. The Saints move on to the divisional round of the playoffs, where they will be taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for a third time. So first off, I want to say congratulations to the New Orleans Saints. Thank them very much for waking up and playing football in the second half. Thank to Sean Payton, realized that he didn't have to be sexy to beat the Chicago Bears. So the New Orleans Saints got it done. And how did the Saints get it done? How did they get it done? How did they get it done, Who That Nation? Was it because of exotic plays? No. Was it because of trick plays? No. It was simplicity. Simplicity can win you football games. Simplicity can get the job done. All right. And the Saints got the job done by allowing Drew Brees to stay on the field. And they also ran the football. All right. In the first half, the Saints only had 13 rushes. Okay. They rushed the ball 13 times, and Drew Brees threw the ball 23 times. All right. Finishing the game, Drew Brees threw the ball 39 times, which I don't like. But they did run the ball 32 times, which I can appreciate. The Saints got to run the football, man. If they want to make it to the Super Bowl, if they want to make a run out of this, they got to mix it up. They have to have a balanced attack. The way that Alvin Kamara is running the ball right now, he can run the ball in between the tackles. Latavius Murray can run the ball in between the tackles. The offensive line, you can tell they prefer to run block. Okay, that's their bread and butter, and that's where they thrive. So I just appreciate in the second half, Sean Payton realized that he can run the football in order for him to generate results. Defensively, this defense is the real MVP. All right. This defense is the real MVP. They are the reason why the Saints are moving on. And as a Saint fan, I can appreciate this. I can appreciate the defense stepping up when the offense is struggling. Because how many years have we seen the Saints fans where the offense has to carry the defense because the defense couldn't stop a nosebleed? This defense was outstanding today. They smothered the Chicago Bears. I mean, most of the yards that they got were in garbage time. I mean, what they was like 0-8, 0-9 on third down. I mean, just absolutely spectacular defense that was being played by the New Orleans Saints defense. Marshawn Lattimore, outstanding, man. Pass breakup, sure tackling. Janoris Jenkins, outstanding job, man. I mean, he is paying dividends. The Saints picking him up. And you just have to say, man, the front four. I mean, those guys were making sure that, Montgomery didn't do anything in this game. And, I mean, they were hitting hard. They were physical. C.J. Gardner-Johnson got somebody else ejected. Look, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, to me, is the greatest trash talk in the NFL right now. It's hard for anybody to disagree. Like, the fact that this dude got two guys thrown out of the game and your star wide receiver suspended, I think you can say that C.J. Gardner-Johnson is the best trash talker in football. Look, this defense is absolutely playing out his mind right now. And you can tell, like, the passion of Drew Brees right now. You can tell that this is Drew Brees' last ride. I mean, the fact that he was actually talking to the camera, when you try to dive over the top for a touchdown, that's very unconventional of Drew Brees. Unfortunately, he had a Matt Hasselbeck moment. But nevertheless, man, you like to see that fire, that passion from this team. And they move on to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. All right? They take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And before I move on a little bit further, this is not going to be a long show. I have just a few minutes. We're going to have a lengthy show on tomorrow where I'm going to take calls. I'm not going to take any calls tonight here on the State of the Saints podcast. So I just want to let that be known right now. I won't be taking any calls tonight because I have to do something before I actually go to work tonight. So it's only going to be a few minutes. So I'm going to read some of your comments throughout the show, and feel free to chime in that way. And tomorrow, when we have our final thoughts, I'll make sure that I take phone calls. Mike, thank you very much for the $2. Says I had a couple of catches in this one. Yeah, I mean, look, the Saints wide receivers, Michael Thomas coming back. First off, I don't want to hear anything about Michael Thomas running slants. That was not a slant that he caught down the field. I just want to make that perfectly clear. All right. Deontay Harris, who I feel like was the star of the offense today, catching the passes, and I think he even shocked the Chicago Bears. That guy is an X factor. I'm telling you, man, that guy's going to emerge, and I'm telling you, he's going to be like one of those guys that can be almost like in a Tyreek Hill mode. I mean, he could have had a touchdown today if Taysom Hill didn't get that pass deflected because he was wide the freak open, and he would have hit his head on the goalpost. And there was a couple of times, where Drew Brees should have, kind of led him on the outside on one of his passes, he would have scored. So Deontay Harris definitely was the X factor in this game. Hopefully, Trey Hendrickson can play in this divisional round game because I still need the Saints to get pressure on the quarterback. The Chicago Bears offensive line, they kept Mitchell Trubisky upright. The Saints were getting pressure, but they weren't getting home with the sacks. So hopefully Trey Hendrickson can come back next game and play, give it a run at it, and hopefully they can get the job done, defensively, get home to the quarterback. Keith says, TJ, I can't lie. I'm nervous about the Bucs next week. Our offense got to do better. Look, let me just say this. I don't give a damn about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Anybody scared of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, all I got to say to you is, why? Like, why? Like, what has the Tampa Bay Buccaneers shown you that have you terrified? Seriously, what have they shown you to show that you should be terrified of? The fact that they beat the Falcons? They came back in the fourth quarter on the Falcons? Are you kidding me? Okay, the fact that they struggled against Taylor Heineke and a Washington football team? I mean, seriously, like, bro. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan base are a bunch of delusional losers. I'm just going to say that. I mean, y'all know I don't even roll like that. They're a bunch of delusional losers. Like, seriously. Like, what have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers done for us to fear them? We destroyed them on national television the last time they played. Oh, and let me guess. Oh, they had to get their chemistry. They had to click. They had to gel. Man, how much click and gel you got to do? How much click and gelling y'all got to do? How much do this team have to mesh in order for people to realize that the Saints are just better than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? I am not concerned about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Do they have talent? Yes. But their coaches are mediocre, bottom of the barrel at best. I'm calling it out right now. Defensive coordinator Ty Bowles, if he can't blitz a quarterback, he don't know what to do. Bruce Arians, as a coach, overrated. Byron Leftwich, next. I'm telling you, like, this team is structured like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're above average, okay? They're above average team. I will give them that. But they're not better than the Saints. And I can care less about what a Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan saying, come on. Like, man, the Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan base to me is almost like that guy that goes to Vegas and lose every damn dime he has. And somebody just give him a $5 bill and he just want to run back into that casino one more time to cash in that $5 bill. But you know what's going to happen when you go to that crap table with that last $5? You're going to crap out again. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are not better than the New Orleans Saints. Not here, not there, not anywhere, on the moon, in June. I don't give a damn what you say. I can care less about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Just call me arrogant, call me cocky, call me full of myself. But what have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers shown you except an old-ass quarterback who, if you don't, you know what I'm saying, if you put pressure on him, he going to fall to the ground. What have he shown you? Well, I mean, honestly, what have they shown you? And what is their claim to fame? What is their logic as a Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan? Oh, they shut down Chase Young. So the hell what? Don't you understand that the Saints got different ways to get to the quarterback? Seriously, let's just see if Donovan Smith can actually do what he did against a young, inexperienced Chase Young. Please tell me. Go ahead and do that. You know, tell me if he can do that again. Let's see if he can do it again. The refs, thank you very much for $2. Said we punished you long enough, so we gave you a fair one. I appreciate that. Lord knows we need them. Tim said, leave it to Jimmy Graham to leave One last stinker for New Orleans before he leave. Look, they lost. They lost. I don't care what he can do. He can wave to the crowd all he wants to. But it is what it is. Jared says, hey, who that? BCGN News says Saints all day. Adriana says, totally agree about the Bucs fan base. And I live in the market, so I know Saints all day. The OG is here. What's going on, man? Seven Ward Trooper. Tower giving a shout out to Jerry. Curry said, how much y'all want to bet Brandon Marshall going to swear the Saints on a match for the Bucs? Y'all good now? Bucs set for 540 on Sunday. Yeah, I saw that. Really hard to beat a team 3 times. Says who? Get something like it is not hard to beat a team 3 times. All right, it's not hard to beat a team 3 times. Since the merger, I said this on a pregame show. Since the merger, teams have went up against one another that were like conference rivals or division rivals. They went up with against each other 3 times on 21 occasions. Those 21 occasions, 14 times, the team has been swept. All right. So for everybody out here that's talking about it's hard to beat the team 3 times, no, it's not. 67% of the time, a team beats a team 3 times. And then we not do that against the Carolina Panthers. I mean, come on, man. Y'all seen this done by the New Orleans Saints. Look, that is what the media tries to feed people to try to create intriguing storylines. I'm not buying it. You can buy it. You can buy it. You can buy what you saw. You can be afraid of Tom Brady. There's a different Tom Brady. There's a Tom Brady in a regular season, and there's a Tom Brady in a postseason. Postseason time is psycho time, and he's crazy, and he's going to go off. Man, forget Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the bus that they're going to roll to New Orleans on. I'm serious, man. Y'all ain't never heard me talk like this because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans are a bunch of delusional losers. I don't care. You run this tape back. Run this tape back after the game. They're a bunch of delusional losers, and they ride on the back and the coattails of the New Orleans Saints to stay relevant. Straight up. Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. Like I said, they are that gambling guy who, a guy that's addicted to gambling, got that last $5, runs into the casino, craps out those last $5. When we beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and we will beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I don't want to hear nothing from their sorry, pathetic, miserable excuse of a franchise that is the worst overall record in the history of all sports. You got Tom Brady, you borrowed him. You borrowed Antonio Brown. You had a little dash of Gronk. And then you got a guy in Mike Evans who holding on for dear life to his knee. And Chris Godwin couldn't catch a cold in 40 below zero. And that is what y'all think. And y'all just think, all of a sudden Leonard Fournette run between the tackles of the Washington football team. And you really think that that's going to do it. Oh, we got Rojo. What did Rojo do in the last 2 games against the New Orleans Saints? Not a damn thing. Oh, we got Antonio Brown. He's clicking right now. Man, I'm telling you, when the Saints beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, when they beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I don't want to hear nothing from them sorry, pathetic, excuse of a fan base that been quiet and been living under a rock and been in a land of obscurity for the last 13 years. The last time them boys made the playoffs, I was a junior in college. I was trying to figure out how I was going to get that refund check and what the hell I was going to do with it. These boys, I'm telling you, man, I don't want to hear nothing else. I don't want to hear nothing else about no Tampa Bay Buccaneers because they are not on the level of the New Orleans Saints. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like that's fine. I'm pretty like I don't think. Do I think the Saints gonna blow them out? No, I don't think the Saints gonna blow them out. I don't think the Saints are going to destroy them like they did on Sunday Night Football. I don't think the Saints are gonna beat them to sleep the way that they beat them in Week 1. But I think the Saints are going to win this football game because the Saints are just better. I'm telling you, let's just be honest about this. If you had one last offensive drive and you had to choose between Byron Leftwich and Sean Payton, who you choose? And no disrespect to Byron Leftwich, I'm pretty sure eventually he emerged to be a great offensive coach. But I would choose Sean Payton over Byron Leftwich. You know, that's just the way that I feel about it. So it is what it is. It'll be close. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it'll be close. I don't think they're gonna get blown out. TJ, you seem to have forgotten the officials in the NFL always favor for Brady. I don't look. That's the only way they're gonna beat him. That's the only way they're gonna beat him. That's the only way they're gonna beat him. Tampa, they not real fans. They follow Brady, real talk. Yeah, that's just what it is. Like, where were y'all? Like, where were y'all when this team was down? Where were y'all when this team was losing? Where were y'all when Jameis Winston was the quarterback? That's all I'm saying. Like, I don't know, man. Like, this, man, seriously. Like, seriously, I really, like, look, I really can't believe that the New Orleans Saints fan base are really sitting up here scared of a team that we beat to sleep by 35 points and would have dropped 40 on them in week 1 if they would have called a touchdown for Alvin Kamara. And y'all really sitting up here. Man, it's hard to beat the team 3 times. So, man, they clicking right now, man. You see that Antonio Brown score? I do not care. I don't care. Like, I do not care. This team is not like this team is not unstoppable. First off, their secondary is very, very suspect. Like I said, Ty Bowles, if he can't blitz a quarterback, then he is going to struggle. And if you try to blitz Drew Brees, let's just be real about this, folks. If I'm the New Orleans Saints and I see Ty Bowles, you know who my X factor gonna be in this game? It's gonna be Deontay Harris, because he blitzes, which leaves his cornerbacks on an island, right? So if you can beat man coverage, which Deontay Harris can, because he can just blow right past any one of their corners, I would just throw it up to him. Why do you think Tyreek Hill had almost 200 yards on them in the first half? Because he tried to blitz Patrick Mahomes. You try to blitz Drew Brees, he is going to hurt you. He is going to hurt you. He is going to destroy you. And if you play zone, then the tight ends, and he probably gonna put Michael Thomas in the middle to eat you up. That's just what it is. That's just what it is, folks. I just don't get it. I'm sorry for, like, usually, like, if this was the Rams, then I'd be like, okay, man, you know, they got a good defense. I know they have issues at quarterback, but their defense is legit. I will give you that. I will give you that. But Tampa, seriously, man, seriously. Honestly, where's the logic in this? Where's the logic? That's all I want to know. What's the logic besides somebody telling you that it's hard to beat a team 3 times? Well, like I said, they say that because they know people aren't going to fact check them for saying it. 21 times. Out of 21 times, a team has swept the opposing team 14 out of those 21 times. 67%. So you're only looking at 7 times that didn't happen. So I don't care. I really don't care about Tampa. I really don't. And like I said, I would die on a hill for the New Orleans Saints. If Tampa end up beating the Saints, then I'm gonna look crazy. But I'm gonna die on a hill for my squad. That's just the way that I roll. I feel like Tampa is not a better team than the New Orleans Saints. That's what the commentators say. TB not the same BS. He the same quarterback to me. TJ, what's the link for the gear, fam? I don't have a link right now. Man, but it's gonna be coming out pretty soon. Brandon says if the Saints play like they did in the second time they played, the Bucs will be straight. Yeah. Bucs are a scam. It's the playoffs. And ask the Bucs fans how they feel about seeing us again. I bet they nervous as hell. That's all they was doing. You know, like that's all they was doing. Like, look, we can analyze the Chicago Bears game, but I mean, it's pretty obvious, man. Chicago, they weren't a good football team, man. If it wasn't for a 7 seed, they wouldn't even be in the playoffs. Okay, the Saints did what they needed to do in the second half. Got the job done. Stop out here with all the sexy stuff. You know what I'm saying? All these exotic plays. Look, the Saints won. I mean, everybody kind of figured the Saints were going to win. I think for the most part, we were just mad that they were just letting these guys play around. But it is what it is, man. I'm focused on this Tampa thing. That's what I'm focused on right now. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I just don't feel like they're on the level of the New Orleans Saints. I don't. I'm sorry. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, call me naive, but it is what it is. Justin says, game ball to the refs. Who they? Hey, man, and speaking of the refs, the crazy thing about this is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans, they're all on social media talking about how the New Orleans Saints are getting favor from the referee. Are you kidding me? That goes to show you right there, like they really did not want the smoke. First off, how can any team fix their mouth? You know what I'm saying? Or any fan fix their mouth to say that the Saints get favored by the referees when they talk ad nauseum about the NFC Championship game against the Rams, the push-off against the Vikings. They laugh at our misfortune due to the fact that the refs didn't throw the flag. Are you kidding me? And this is what they're trying to convince you as a Saint fan, that we get preferential treatment from the referees? Are you kidding me? You talking about flip-flop? How is it that on one hand you can criticize me and laugh at my misfortune from a referee, but then say, oh, y'all get all the calls? What is it? What is it? Knock it off, man. The fact of the matter is they see what the Saints are trying to do. They see the Saints pose a threat to them and their happiness, and they're afraid of it. So they didn't want the Saints to win. And I can't believe I'm about to say this too. Now, with all these people that's talking about the New Orleans Saints, the Saints finally won a playoff game because apparently the Saints can't win in the playoffs. Ain't that what they said? Ain't that what they said? They said that the Saints can't win in the playoffs. Did the Saints not win today? Even though what they're saying isn't true, because the Saints just don't be one and done. I don't know where that one and done stuff come from. They lost to Minnesota, and I think you got to go back to Seattle when they were one and done. Okay, so I don't know what they talking about. I don't know what their malfunction is. All I know is the Saints won today, so that's another narrative that y'all can go ahead and eliminate and stop saying because you sound crazy saying it. I know one actually true Bucs fan. One. Yeah, I know one. I know one too. What up, TJ? Love the show. Keep doing what you're doing. Defense played lights out today. Yeah, defense was the real MVP. No doubt about that. No doubt about that. We not scared, but yes, it's going to be different. Okay. Yeah. Instead of about 3 touchdowns, the Saints gonna beat them by 2. TJ, I truly believe if the Saints win the Super Bowl, literally 80% of the NFL world will not be happy. I love it. I can care less. I can care less. All I know is this. They're going to have to take a special type of team to knock off the New Orleans Saints the way that I never seen Drew Brees talk trash in the camera. Okay, I mean, like I said, it backfired on him, but I never seen Drew Brees talk trash in the camera like that. Have y'all? Have you ever seen Drew Brees? Like, that goes to show you, right? Like, Drew Brees knows it. Drew Brees knows that this is last year. He knows it. He knows it. And yet, you know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, I don't know. I know they had some shaky passes and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, this dude gonna go out firing. I'm telling you, he gonna go out firing. just because of this, I'm going to enjoy this. I'm going to enjoy it. Jimmy Graham went straight to Bourbon Street. Yeah, well, like I said, that was a good catch, though. I ain't gonna lie about that. That was a good catch by him, but still lost. I'm not worried about Tom Brady and the Bucs. Tom Brady and the refs, that's a concern. Well, I don't know. I do know this. That's the only way that the Bucs go beat the Saints, because it ain't gonna be because of the game plans and schemes. Okay, it ain't gonna be because of that. I can tell you that right now. It ain't gonna be because of It ain't gonna be because of the game plan that the Bucs have. Because I'm telling you, Bruce Arians. I like Bruce Arians. I used to lobby for Bruce Arians to get jobs, but Bruce Arians is the most overrated coach. One of the most overrated coaches in the National Football League. I stand by that statement. Very overrated. Very overrated as a coach. And Ty Bowles is a good defensive mind. But like I said, if he can't blitz the quarterback, if he can't blitz your quarterback and get your quarterback off his spot dazed and confused, he don't have no other tricks up his sleeve. And Byron Leftwich, I would, I don't think he can outwit Dennis Allen. See, people like Sean McVay and Kyle Shanahan, those are the type of guys that concern me when it comes to Dennis Allen calling defensive plays. But when it comes to people like Byron Leftwich and that bottom tier, middle of the pack type offensive coordinators, he do just fine. So, yeah. Breeze wants all the smoke. He definitely wants all the smoke. Nah, Breeze had me hyped. Yeah, man. I don't care if he scored or not. Just the fact that he looked in the camera like that, that just tells me a lot. Sean Payton with horrible play calling in the first half. Yeah, dude, he was just doing too much. He was just doing way too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, way too much. Like, he was up there with all these different weird packages. Invent the wheel. We ain't got to reinvent the wheel here. Don't make things harder than what they have to be. And when he decided not to do that, the Saints were fine. Man, sometimes, it's okay to, be predictable. It's okay to run the football. It's okay to pass. I was just glad when he stopped using Taysom Hill so much, man. Like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to get Taysom in the game, get him involved, but nah, man. I thought they said Bears defense is third. Well, the only thing that bothers me, and I think the Saints need to clean up, was that last drive. I'm going to be serious. I understand that it was the insurmountable lead at this time and they were playing prevent. But I had nightmares of that moment right there. Because what if the game on the line, right? Chips on the table. You trying to stop a team from getting in field goal range, or stop a team from getting a touchdown. Now that's something that I want to pay attention to. Closing out games. Like you look, bro, you gotta close it out. Okay, there's nowhere in the world that the Chicago Bears should have been scoring any touchdowns. Now that right there was concerning. All right, because when you go up against other teams like if you get a chance to play a team like the Packers, if you play against Tom Brady and the game is tied, you know what I'm saying, and Brady got the ball at the last minute, that is the type of stuff. That is the type of stuff that'll get you beat. That's the only thing, you know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that concerned me. And I understand they were playing prevent, but yeah. Hit that like button, fam. I appreciate that, Street. I appreciate that. Man, at this point, Taysom Hill, a walking turnover. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I thought it was a good play. I thought it was a good play. It was a smart play. It was almost like that Mitchell Trubisky play. Where they did that little, that little triple, that double pass or whatever like that. It was a smart play. Williams was wide open. Who knows what would have happened if that guy would have caught that touchdown? That ball went right through that boy's hands. I thought for sure. I'm like, touchdown. I seen that ball drop. I'm like, huh? And you talking about the highs and lows of football. Here's Wims like with an unbelievable catch that they just challenged. And I mean, you basically had to go all out for this one. And you had opportunity to catch one of the easiest passes from a wide receiver standpoint, and it goes right through your hands. Like, wow. But I'm happy, man. Sometimes in football, you need a little luck. You need a little luck, man. Sometimes it's better be lucky than good. That was one of those cases. I need a mic on CJ Gardner-Johnson. What do he be saying to players to fight him? I don't know, man, but he the best trash talker in football right now. And I'm glad he on our squad. That's all I got to say. He's grown on me too. Yeah. Drew Brees was killing everything. I don't know about him killing everything, but I mean, he had a lot of passion. The game on Nickelodeon was cool. I heard it was cool. I watched it on CBS. I guess I'm kind of old school. I caught a little bit of the Nickelodeon, but I watched mostly on CBS because I like Tony Romo as a commentator. Taysom had D. Harris deep for that play. Would have been a touchdown. Yep. Would have been a touchdown. But, I mean, shouts out to Taysom, though. Taysom did wait, step up in the pocket. And, man, it happened. The guy hit the ball, knocked out his hand. So, I mean, it happens to all quarterbacks. Come on, 504 Bull. Brady ain't no slouch. Brady ain't no slouch, but I don't care. Like, I mean, I just think the Saints are better. Just call me naive. Call me naive, okay? Call me naive, but I just think that the Saints are better than the Buccaneers. That missed catch was karma for Wims punching CJ in the helmet. Congrats on you being a new homeowner, TJ. I appreciate that, Damien. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Man, it's been a very long weekend, bro. Like, long weekend. Like, moving stuff and, we got everything inside the house, but we still have to unload boxes, which, one of the reasons I got to, cut this show short. But, I mean, it's a blessing, man. Like, it's a blessing to actually have something of your own you work for. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a blessing. I think the two things that make this so much better, not from my perspective, but, looking at my wife, like looking at my wife and looking at my son, like just the glee and the happiness in my wife, like walking around unloading boxes and, like putting stuff into the refrigerator and putting stuff in the cabinets. And, my wife, some of you that watch the State of the Saints podcast, y'all probably heard me talk about my wife before, but I mean, she very soft-spoken. You ain't never gonna catch her in front of this camera. Like, if Paxton anywhere like around this camera, like she would stand by the door, like so she would never be a camera view. But so she's kind of mild-mannered. So it's hard to like read her sometimes, but just to see how happy she is about, just being in the house and just having something on like this, man, it just makes me feel good. And I told her that, she was like, how you know that I'm excited and stuff. She's like, hey, I've been the same mild-mannered person. I can just tell by, the way that you're acting. So that does make me feel good, seeing my wife around here happy and, seeing my son running around here. So it's a blessing. It's a blessing, man. Let's go to bounce back. Well, I need him to bounce back quick, Brett. We ain't got no time for that. I ain't trying to see no game-winning field goals going wide right. I ain't trying to see it. I ain't trying to see it, man. Like, for real. I love Will Lutz, but, bro, I'm going to wash my hand with that boy if he misses a 35 or 36-yard field goal in the playoff. Right? Look, this ain't the right time to be seeing ghosts. This ain't the right time, okay? You know what I'm saying? This ain't the right time. All right. The only ghost he need to be worried about is James St. Patrick. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to see no type of ghost. Okay. We ain't talking about James St. Patrick. Look, I don't want to hear that. Kick the damn field goal. Kick it between the uprights. He too good for that. It's rather he hurt It's rather he hurt or he just ain't got no confidence. I don't even blame Will Lutz for that field goal. I don't blame Will Lutz for missing that 50-yard field goal. I don't. I blame Sean Payton because Will Lutz's confidence is shot right now. And I mean, I just feel like if that was like a 35 or 36 or even like a 40 or 42, bring him out there. You know what I'm saying? Like send him out there. But 50, I don't think he had that confidence right now. His confidence is shot. I'm gonna take a few more, then I'm gonna have to get up out of here, folks. Like I said, I apologize, but I'm gonna have to cut it short. I love to see my fellow New Orleanians doing their thing. Much support here at home in Uptown Third Ward. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Kirkland says, I think he hurt. I think so too. I think something wrong with him. I do, TJ. A 50-yard field goal should be made. Yeah, but like I said, his confidence is shot right now. You know, being a field goal kicker, man, you got to have some confidence. And when you start missing them field goals, man, it start going in the back of your mind. And then not to mention, you know, he bringing in other field goal kickers and stuff like that. CJ Garner-Johnson is like Dennis Rodman, but in football. Man, I ain't never seen nothing like this before in my life. I've never seen somebody get under people's skin like this. I mean, I just wonder what he be saying. I'm talking about, man, getting dudes tossed up out of that thing. Got dudes swinging on him. Like, what is you saying? Like, is he like going to the guys' Twitters and stuff like that? Like, you know, going to guys' Twitter pages and seeing their girls and sliding into their DMs or something? Like, what is he doing, man? Like, what is he doing? He kicked a 60-yarder, well, 58 in the first game last year. Yeah, but it's a whole different year. Not to mention you're in a dome, no win. Yeah. I mean, ain't no excuses, man. You got to get better. Got to get better. Those kicks gonna matter eventually, you know. And finally, Jump To said he's like that dude for the Titans a while back. He was a Fisher boy when he was the coach there. I don't know exactly who we talking about here. Who that wrestling channel? What's that wrestling channel? It's the TJ Knows Wrestling Podcast. That's the name of my second podcast that I take a lot of pride in, man. So for all my wrestling fans out there, I do a podcast called TJ Knows Wrestling Podcast. I did episode 2 on Friday. The focus was the late, great Eddie Guerrero. So check that out, man. I'm talking about Eddie Guerrero, talking about, you know, some of his classic matches. So check it out. TJ Knows Wrestling Podcast. If you like wrestling, you know, and you're into like, you know, some of the best wrestlers of all time, check it out. Tell me what you think. But this has been the State of the Saints podcast. Thank you all so much. Once again, on tomorrow, we're going to be doing the final thoughts on the Wildcard game. But please subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com, search The State of the Saints podcast, facebook.com, search The State of the Saints podcast. Previous episodes available on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor FM. Enjoy this victory. Saints get the job done 21-9. And I'm just happy that they're going to the divisional round, take on these Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Till next time, all I got to say is, who dat?